Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo was among prominent dignitaries that graced the wedding ceremony of Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's daughter, Modupe Orooluwa, who was joined with Oladele yesterday. The event, which took place at the Cathedral Church of Christ in Lagos, was officiated by the Diocesan Bishop of Lagos, Right Reverend Ifedola Gabriel Okupevi. Speaking at the occasion, Governor Soludo, whose attendance at the event exemplified the strong bond of friendship that transcend political and regional boundaries, extended a warm congratulatory message to Governor Sanwo-Olu, his family, and the newlyweds, wishing them a lifetime of joy and prosperity. Among the dignitaries that who graced the joyous occasion were Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu, Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, Dr. Alex Oti of Abia State, Caleb Mutfwan of Plateau State, and former Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode. As Anambra State is joining the global community to mark this year's World Health Day, the governor's wife and founder of the non-governmental crusade Healthy Living with Nonye Soludo, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has raised her voice in support of a law that makes right health even and accessible to everyone. Mrs. Soludo, who disclosed this in a message to commemorate the global date, explained that good health is the fundamental right of every member of the society that must be guaranteed to be not just accessible, but also affordable to all social classes. She noted that the implementation of the Right Health Law will empower everyone, especially women and children, to live healthy, reduce diseases and mortality counts, as well as help them to take actions when these rights are trampled on. The governor's wife also explained that the current global health crisis calls for a fresher approach to solutions, including prioritizing investments in the health sector and supporting research in different health backgrounds. Mrs. Soludo further noted that the foundational goals of her NGO, Healthy Living with Nonye Soludo initiative, is to support education with actions drive health consciousness and help every resident of the state to appreciate healthy living as a guiding law of life. The Anambra First Lady stated that the theme of this year's World Health Day, My Health, My Right, calls for all stakeholders' commitment to understand the place of health in human existence and make the right investments and regulations to make it accessible, affordable, and effective for all citizens. She explained that her husband's administration also understands the imperative of developing the state's health sector to be globally competitive and has invested heavily in the sector through excellent service delivery, human capital development, infrastructure, and giving primary health care a boost to performance optimally. In another development, Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has urged wives to take extra steps to create an environment of peace and make the home a safe haven for the prosperity of their husbands. The governor's wife, who was speaking in Oka, explained that the wives have a good share in building a peaceful home that nourishes the bond of matrimony and gives the spouse a strong mental focus to succeed. Mrs. Soludo, while explaining that there is a whole lot that a wife can bring to the table in a marital relationship, pointed out that the most important among the list is taking actions that bring peace in the union and peace of mind to her husband. The governor's wife also noted that instituting the right household culture begins from how mothers treat the home and those living in it, noting that a healthy and successful husband has a touch of marital peace. She noted that with women being the perfect homemakers, the homestead can get even better if both partners understand that they both have the responsibility of making it, so maintaining that the ideology of a perfect marriage is incomplete without peace, love, mutual respect, sacrifice, and trust. The governor's wife also called on husbands to reciprocate the model by always supporting and beaming a light of love on their wives and giving them the same kind of home they would expect in return. She further called on parents to be deliberate on how they raise their children, considering the nature of current society, stressing that the idea of making the home a small heaven means that everyone must be on board. The Anambra State Commissioner for Culture, Tourism and Entertainment, Comrade Don Onyenji, and his entourage have inspected the Osukude, Osinigwe waterfalls and Oliole stream, all in Nsugbe, Anambra East local government area. Our correspondent Chibuzo Okoye completes the story.
Comrade Onyenji noted that the exercise is part of the exploration, profiling, documentation, and the process of developing heritage sites in the state, which was approved by Governor Chukwuma Soludo. He said that on-the-spot assessment of the place was aimed at making it a tourist site where people can visit, look around, and see life in its natural state from all parts of the world. The commissioner said that after the inspection, they will move into private-public community partnership with Nsugbe community to develop a framework on how to modernize the sites as envisioned in the agenda of the Governor Soludo administration. Comrade Onyenji revealed that there are over 100 tourist sites submitted by communities in the state and called on other communities that have tourist sites to submit such to the ministry with a view to developing them.
It's a beautiful place. The ecosystem is wonderful. It is very unique. This is the region. And as you can see, nature is at play there. We are moving into public-private community partnership to develop a design about how we can make this thing work.
The special advisor to Governor Soludo on legal matters, Barrister Tochukwu Nweke, disclosed that the waterfalls, which are naturally pure and safe for drinking, have been running without ceasing from time immemorial, and promised that the Nsugbe community will give the state government all the necessary support it required to develop the site.
This water is here has been washing up like this from time immemorial. Don't stop. Year to year, day to day, second by second. Always moving and ready to support maximally. The government comes in and the government wants to partner with the government to enhance the community 100%.
According to the President General of Nsugbe Development Union, Dr. Robert Ezanwu, the waterfall has been running for over 1,300 years and noted that when developed, will create jobs and bring revenue for the state.
So this is what Anambra State is, internally generated revenue. And this will go a long way in reducing youth refuge, creating employment and multiplying income.
At Oliolio stream, where the APS News crew saw varieties of fish, it was said by members of the community that the fishes are forbidden from consumption. Commissioner Onyenji and his entourage later paid courtesy call to the traditional ruler of Nsugbe, Igwe Victor Ntooka, from Nsugbe in Anambra East local government area. This is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Greenville Shortlet, an apartment, has opened for business in Oka. The ultra-modern facility, which is located at number 3 Hyacinth Madekwe Close off Ifiti Road, Oka, was unveiled by the Commissioner for Culture, Tourism and Entertainment, Mr. Don Onyenji. Our correspondent, Chukwemeka Modelem, takes the story from here.
Shortlet and apartment is a 6-unit apartment that is fully furnished. Each apartment is rented 75,000 naira per day and contains parlor, kitchen, dining, living room and bedroom for sleeping with cleaning and facility management services to help maintain the apartment while it is in use. According to the owner of the facility, Mrs. Mandi Nwobu, it is for public use and a family can come over and make use of the facility, as provisions are made for everyone of the family to have a wonderful time. Mrs. Nwobu said that she built Greenville, shortlet, and apartment in response to Governor Chukwuma Soludo's call on Ndi Anambra in the diaspora to bring their wealth home to fast-track rapid development of Anambra State. She revealed that a lot of Ndi Igbo in the diaspora are willing to invest in the southeast, but the level of insecurity in the region are the major factor discouraging them.
I'm not going to be scared, but I want to reach out to you people, you good people of Africa, you good people of Nigeria. Help us feel at home. We want to come home. It is security that is keeping us out there. We can do so much for this country. We have achieved a lot.
Speaking before unveiling the facility, Mr. Onyenji commended Mrs. Nwobu for keying into the think home philosophy of Governor Soludo and noted that the governor has turned Anambra into a tourist destination through massive road construction and provision of adequate security for the state. The commissioner pointed out that for Anambra to become a mega smart city where people can come and invest, work, live, and relax, the state should have tourist facilities like Greenville, and observed that many hotels and housing estates are springing up in Anambra State. In just 2 years of Governor Soludo's in office,
our governor, Professor Chukwumacha Soludo, who has made Anambra State habitable, a tourism destination, a place where people can come, relax, enjoy, work, and live.
Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
Away now from state stories, the Yobe State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has deployed 862 personnel to ensure a hitch-free Eid al-Fitr celebration in the state. The command's public relations officer, Bala Garba, made this disclosure to newsmen in Damaturu. Garba said the state commandant, Adamu Zakari, gave the directive for the deployment of the operatives across 17 local government areas of the state ahead of the Salah festival. He explained that the operatives were drafted from the Female Strike Force, Counter-Terrorist Squad, Rapid Response Squad, Anti-Vandal Department, Intelligence and Investigations, Agro Rangers and Operations Department. He added that they were instructed to be proactive and treat people with respect while discharging their duties. On the foreign scene, 6 months after the Hamas attacks on Israel war, disease, starvation, and death ravage Palestinians in Gaza. Israel is deeply divided as its prime minister struggles to keep his promise of total victory. The United States, Israel's most essential ally, has turned against the way it is fighting the war, with Iran vowing vengeance for Israel's assassination of a leading Iranian general in Syria and months of cross-border conflict with Iran's ally Hezbollah in Lebanon. The risk of an all-out Middle East war are increasing. The statistics record of horrors of the past 6 months states that more than 33,000 Gazans, a majority of whom were civilians, have been killed, according to the Health Ministry, while according to Save the Children, 13,800 Palestinian children in Gaza have been killed and over 12,000 wounded. UNICEF reports that at least 1,000 children have had The statistics record of horrors of the past 6 months states that more than 33,000 Gazans, a majority of whom were civilians, have been killed, according to the Health Ministry, while according to Save the Children, 13,800 Palestinian children in Gaza have been killed and over 12,000 wounded. UNICEF reported that at least 1,000 children have had one or both legs amputated. It said there were reasonable grounds to believe that the violence against hostages was continuing. Now, precious and glorious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his faithful servant, but to a man, death under any circumstance never seems a precious thing. This was the case in the life of late Sir Michael Chikojindo Akudinobi of Umunoko Okpo in Enewe South local government area of Anambra State, who was laid to rest at his country home in Okpo. Our correspondent Chimeze Ume filed this report. All right, we apologize for lack of film stories in that last report. Maybe subsequently it's going to come your way. But at this point, remember you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. On the main news again, Sanwo-Olu's daughter's wedding. Governor Soludo has attended Sanwo-Olu's daughter's wedding. Congratulate couple. Anambra State government is to partner Nsugbe community in developing waterfalls, Oliolio Stream. Idelfe 3NS CDC has deployed over 800 personnel in Yobe. An Israel-Gaza briefing, obstacles to peace intensified after 6 months of war. Before and to end the news, the special message again, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news. We thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonye Ngokoye. Good morning and have a blessed day.